Hey, it's Eric G from the Around the House show. Elevate your grilling game with the all-new Monty McGrill's Omni Pro series. The Evanescence 405 is packed with cutting-edge features, blending elegance with expert-level performance. 4 powerful burners plus a side-searing station deliver 60,000 BTUs of precision heat. The Clearview lid lets you keep an eye on your masterpiece without losing heat. Stay in control with the smart Bluetooth app, track your temps, set timers, and get alerts from anywhere. The LED touch panel ensures effortless monitoring, even in bright daylight. Temperature sensing lights keep you grilling anytime, anywhere. This grill is built to last, and it's also backed by a 10-year limited warranty. The Evanescence 405, where power, style, and innovation meet. Check it out and order your new grill at monumcgrills.com. That's monumcgrills.com.
Welcome to Around the House with Eric G, your go-to source for everything home improvement. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or just looking to make your space shine, Eric G is here to guide you through the latest tips, tricks, and trends. So grab your toolbox, put on your thinking cap, and let's get to work right here on Around the House with Eric G.
Welcome to the Around the House show, the next generation of home improvement. I'm Eric G. Thanks for joining me today. This is our midweek update. This is where we talk about the stuff that didn't make it into last weekend's show, and of course, isn't going to make it into this weekend's show. So we try to fill in the gaps here in the middle of the week so we can talk about topics that are coming up and things like that. This hour is brought to you by our friends at Monty McGrills. Check them out if you're looking for a badass brand new barbecue. The place to go is monumcgrills.com. Because I tell you what, those guys have got them dialed in. If you're looking for all those luxury features without that luxury price, check them out at montymcgrills.com. Today, I wanted to talk about a few different things. First off, I wanted to give you an update of my read of where we're at with the tariffs, stock market, home construction. First off, this is not investing advice, so I'm not some broker or something like that. So take it for my take. But this is what I see so far. Now, the first thing is, you got to be careful of your news sources out there because the sky is falling at some places. Another news source will be celebrating things. And the public is generally in the middle going, all right, can someone at least give me the facts of where we're at? Now, if you look at the stock market index out there and take a look at that, everybody is freaking out about their 401ks. And yeah, those are some scary numbers. You're seeing people with 20, 25% losses sometimes, and they're really scared by that, and I totally get it. Now, how does that affect you? Unless you're literally pulling that money out tomorrow, you're going to be fine. These are cyclical things, and when they're trying to do a big economy shift right now, that's the first thing to go. It will come back. It always has. And if you start looking at where the numbers are today, they're very similar to where they were back in May of 2024. So yeah, we've lost a ton of it out of there. And it has dropped in the last month where we've lost a years of progress of growth. But that also can come right back up that fast. So we're going to have to write it out and see what's going on. Now, my thing on the tariffs is I'm not freaking out over it. I get what they're trying to do. They are trying to get us back on track from a lot of years of manufacturing and jobs going overseas. Now, do we want to have all those literally child labor that we see over in China and other Southeastern Asian countries come back in the U.S. and now we're trying to find stuff? No, we really don't. Is that something that we could be doing with robots over here that we could use technology? Maybe we can bring that back over here. Would that be better on the environment? Yeah. Probably would be. We're not putting everything on a ship that's running on fuel oil running across the ocean, having to haul it, move it. Is that good for the port people? No, it's not. But it could be good for great jobs for people. So we'll have to see what happens. Are we in the middle of a game of chicken, of business negotiations that happens in corporate America all the time? Yeah, this stuff happens every day. This is just on a world scale. So I think 4 months from now, 3 months from now, I think this party will be over. I think there'll be enough bloodletting from other countries that they're going to go, whoa, we're going to fix this. Now, here's the bonus for this. Yes, it's going to cost some money to us as a homeowner, as a middle-class person. Yeah, this is where we pay a little pain for a few months. But on the other side, I see it, is that we could be in a different financial situation and not have trillions of dollars of debt if we can get the people we put in office to run it like their own personal checkbook instead of just free money for everyone. So if we as voters can hold them into account to do the right things and not overspend and balance that budget, we'll be in a much better spot. And our kids will be in a much better spot. So I do that part of it. Now, is that going to be affecting construction projects? Yeah. Hey guys, it's Eric G, and I have a special offer for you. Do you want to get the podcast a couple days early? How about extended content that isn't in the typical podcast? Maybe you want to check out all the back episodes of the show. And I got a special deal for the first 10 days are free. I want to personally invite you to be an Around the House insider. For about $4 a month, you can get exclusive extended episodes, early access to the weekend show, and exclusive access to me, Eric G, for project questions or comments. Check on the link on your podcast player in the show notes or head to aroundthehouseonline.com and look for the join here button. Make sure and sign up today. As always, thanks for tuning in to Around the House. Are there a lot of things, if you read deep into the tariffs, that are exempt or lower because they affect housing? There are. You start looking at some of the lumber, you start looking at things like appliances. There are some exemptions out there that will keep us from getting hit as hard. But we'll see what happens. We're going to have to be a little patient to see what goes on. So that's the big thing. And next up, if you're getting ready to build a house, maybe tap the pause button for 90 days and see what happens. See how this plays out. It could end up being something that saves you money in the long run, because that's really what's going to happen. As soon as we see this get turned around, I think we'll see prices go back down again. We'll have to see what happens. Oil prices are low, which means our shipping costs will be lower. As soon as we see that turn up at the pumps, now these companies out there that had, for the last 3 or 4 years that had the upcharges or surcharges for fuel, that's coming down. Once we see that will start lowering prices drastically because shipping has become such an expense. I just shipped a box that wasn't that heavy from my house to my son's place in North Dakota, UPS ground. $85 at the UPS store. Absolutely insane. So I think we'll start to see some of those numbers come down when we can affect fuel prices and get them down where they should be. So let's see what happens with that. So keep hope alive, guys. It's going to turn around. I think we got 90 days of bumpy road is my guess. Could be 2 weeks. We'll see how well this goes. In the rest of today's episode, I wanted to talk about 3 things you can do this spring to protect your foundation in your home. Now, there are so many different types of foundations out there. You've got in some areas, like maybe mostly desert areas, California, Arizona, places in the Midwest, places in the Northwest, you'll see slab on grade where they literally get there, level the ground out, pour a slab, one big pour, build the house from there on up. There's no basement, no crawl space, nothing like that. We also have houses with basements, which are prevalent in many places in the country that don't have the slab on grade. And then there's crawl spaces where you've got that small space underneath the house for access underneath the floor system, but it's definitely not a livable space. There's others like post and beam, but we can treat those as like crawl space for this conversation. Now, what I wanted to talk about with this are the things you can do to make sure that you're not hurting your foundation. The first one is one of the most important, especially even if you're in an area of desert where you get monsoonal rains, it still matters. I'd say 85% of the people in the country deal with this problem. This is controlling the water coming off your roof. Each one of those downspouts, if you get an inch of rain, you could have 50 to 100 gallons come off of that. That's a lot of water. So those downspouts need to go down into the ground, into a storm drain system, and gets that water at least 10 feet away. If you've got a basement, I'd go 12 to 14 feet away. Get that away from the house, going downhill into a solid pipe. Once you get past that, you can put it into a storm drain system that has like a dry well, where you can run it down the hill towards the street or the back. Make sure you're not putting water into your neighbor's house. I've made that mistake before. Make sure you do that. You can use PVC, you can use ABS. I don't like using the corrugated drain material because every 5 years you should be cleaning that out. You should have somebody come in and hydrojet that out and make sure it's working great. So that's a good one. Make sure you got that. There's one. Number 2, if you've got that taken into account, make sure that you've got grading. I say 3 to 6 feet away from the house, you should have a clear slope. So everything is running away from the house. If you've got a patio that's tipping back towards the house, put a level on it. Might need to have one of the slab jack people come in and make sure that's not putting water down there. Number 3 is if you have clay soil in your area. If you've got clay soil and you have a dry season and a wet season, like here in my area, we have 6 months of wet, 6 months of dry. If you have that situation, and if you walk out in your yard or around the house and you see those cracks in the soil, that will crack your foundation. So always keep that soil around your house damp so it stays hydrated. The house won't move as much, which means it won't put those stresses on the openings in that foundation for vents or things like that. That way, if you're just watering around the base of that house where the foundation is, the first 3, 4, 5 feet, that'll make a huge difference. So it doesn't drop down, it doesn't raise up, and you won't put that foundation through all those cycles. Those are great things for you to do to keep your foundation healthy. And then take a look around once a year. Walk around your house. See if there's any cracks. Measure them, mark them. You can jump online and grab little stickers to put across that opening to see if they're moving or not. Then, if you have a crack or a break or a bow or a horizontal crack in a basement wall, don't call the foundation person first. Call the structural engineer to come up and write a report. Carbon fiber might work well for you. It's an inexpensive solution. Have them write the report and then go out and get that quote from your foundation experts based upon the report. And yeah, you'll have to pay a little bit of money for the engineer, structural engineer to come out, but it's going to save you a ton of money in the long run. That's where the savings are. So if you do that, you'll be in a much better space. There's some savings for you guys. All right, I got to run. I got so much to do today. I got some great interviews. We got a great show coming up this weekend. I'll share it to you probably Thursday afternoon is my guess. I'm looking forward to that. We've got a great show coming up this weekend. And one of ours a little bit different. I think it fits into our different trade policies and business and stuff. It's going to be a little more about consumer products and things about your home, but it all relates. I'm excited to share this episode. I bet you it's going to shock you, which I think is a lot of fun. I'm Eric G. To find out more about us, head over to aroundthehouseonline.com with our new website and make sure you follow. I've got new videos going up on the YouTube and you can find that out. Just head over to Around the House Online and follow so you're notified of the new videos that come up every week. I'm Eric G. Thanks for tuning into Around the House. Have a great week out there. Keep that head up. I think we'll be through this storm faster than we think. We'll see you Saturday.
Make sure to follow us on social media. Just head to aroundthehouseonline.com for all the links. Make sure you check out our new YouTube channel. Just type in at Around the House with Eric G and click subscribe and ring the bell for updates. We will see you next time.
Life is a love song, let's be lovers. We're all over the radio. Take my hand, I know where to go. All over the radio with you.
Are you ready for a deep dive into the future of home building? Hey, it's Eric G. from Around the House. We sit down with Champion Homes to tackle some of the biggest challenges in housing today. From affordability to healthier living spaces, they reveal how factory-built homes are revolutionizing the way we live. Find out how Champion Homes is making homeownership more accessible and solving housing problems one home at a time. Don't miss this must-listen episode. Tune into your favorite podcast app or visit aroundthehouseonline.com. To find out more about how Champion Homes is changing housing, visit them at championhomes.com.
Check out episode 1946 on your favorite podcast player.